Hey everybody, this is Brian Helmick from BetweenTheLicks.com, here to give you guys another free guitar lesson. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about a fingerstyle jazz blues in C. It's kind of a really easy way to get into kind of a jazz feel, moving from a blues, which is kind of what I did, by using something to bridge the concepts. Now a lot of times in jazz, you use different chords that you're not going to see a lot of times in blues or whatever. Substitutions, maybe some different chords altogether, and we're gonna go over those today. If you know in the key of C, you're using C as a 1 chord, F as a 4 chord, and the G as a 5 chord. Those are basically going to be our base notes, but we're going to move them around, change them a little bit. So I'll play it for you real quick, all the way through, and then we'll pick it apart one chord at a time. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, right at the beginning again. So right off the bat, one thing you should notice is that I'm doing a lot of thumb as the bass line, a lot of picking finger, doing maybe chord, just different harmonies. A lot of times, 3rd and the 7th, most important. So starting off, we got that C, right? Now we're going to use bass line kind of moving, kind of push us forward. Now what we're going to use is the 3rd or E. It's a major 3rd of the C, so we got moving to that F, so you kind of have a chromatic bump note feel, and we're going to keep moving up that bass line chromatically. Now as we moved up, we hit that G, and that G is basically replacing the C that you'd see in a regular blues progression. And we're going from that, we're just going to continue walking. That's really just taking up space right there, so we can get to this. And those are using kind of bump notes, bump chords, using a lot of substitutions. If you got a G down to 7th, which is really close to that, we're not right on it, but we can go to a C sharp dominant 7, to a C dominant 7, F sharp dominant 7, which is a substitution of the C, to the F. So you have this. That moves you forward, gives you a little bit of momentum, a little bit of dissonance as well, because it's a lot of chromaticism. You can use that a lot in different places. And then from there on, we're going to use kind of a root 5th kind of a feel while we're on the 4 chord. Again, moving up the bass note to get a sort of a diminished feel. And then we're going to go back to that C. Now that's kind of a mini turnaround to get to the new turnaround that we're going to use. Now you see a lot in regular blues, this this 5-4 to 1 is a turnaround. Well, we're going to use a 2nd, which is a minor, to a G. The 5th would be the easiest way to think of it, and going back to the 1 chord. So you have this. It's a little bit of a jazzier sound, doing the same sort of thing. It's turning around. Before getting to that, like I was saying, was using an A minor to an E minor, I'm sorry, to an A minor to a D minor, which is what we were using as a substitution for that 5. We want to replace that, going to the 5. So instead of doing like you see in regular blues, we're doing just a little bit of different color. And then right after that, I do a thing like this. And now we're back at the head again, starting right over at the top. What I was doing there is another kind of a turnaround, but instead of using the regular classic jazz that you get a lot of times, this sort of a sound, is kind of a cool sound, but it's really cliched in jazz. You hear it 1,000 times, you don't really want to touch it every time. So we do something a little different. We go from that C, starting off just like normal, to an E flat 6, which is replacing that A minor, to a D minor 7, which is the same thing that we would play with the cliched version, to a C sharp 7, which is replacing that D7, or that G7, I'm sorry. They're substitutions, so we would go, again, works kind of as a bump note. So that gives you a good idea of maybe some of the different colors that you can use when you're trying to incorporate jazz, different stylings in your music, with using the basic outlines of a blues, so you can kind of connect those concepts. So if you want to check out the site, all the full tabs will be up, betweenthelicks.com. And if you want to create some jams, go online, maybe play with other people, upload your own stuff, have them add something to it, or add something to other people's music as well. Check out Let's Jam. It's letsj.am. You can find the link in the sidebar. And join up. It's free. I'd love to see you there, see what you got, play me something, maybe create some music. So stick around for the next lesson. Hopefully it'll be coming soon. So thanks.